All right. In three, two, one. Hello, and welcome to Cast a Strong Style. I'm your host, Don Delarente, and I'm joined by my co host, none other than Anwar Starwin. What's going on, Anwar?
What's up, Don? What's up, audience? It's nice to be back.
Yes, we are back once again, being brought to you by the CSPN. You can find the CSPN on the web at cspn.us. You can also subscribe and download Cast a Strong Style through Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, and YouTube. So, Anwar, it is that time, my friend. We are talking about the best of the Super Juniors. To start off, we have some news as Doki and Ren Narita are going to replace El Desperado, who was injured via a broken jaw, and Flip Gordon, who had visa issues and could not get into the country. So, right off the bat, we have some changes to the lineup. So, some people who had scouted out their block, now they have some, new guys they got to look at. Big spot for Ren Narita, get him some much needed experience outside of the young lion camp. So it should be a fun experience for him watching him go through this.
Yep.
That brings us to night one, where we have the legend, Tiger Mask, facing off against another legend, Taka Michinoku. Tiger Mask, counters to Michinoku driver and gets the crucifix for a 2 count. The Tiger driver follows and Taka kicks out. They trade kicks, and the Tiger suplex finally gets the pin for Tiger Mask as he starts off this year's tournament with the first 2 points.
Tiger Mask always brings it in Vesta Super Juniors because he spends most of his entire year just in multi-man tags and whatnot. So he uses the opportunity to show out. So Tiger Mask showing off, doing the damn thing. It's nothing new.
I like that the two legends of the tournament got to start the whole tournament off, a showcase against each other. Cool little way to, I guess, pay respect and show homage to Taka and Tiger Mask. So that was a nice little touch. Our
Yep.
next match on night one, Teton versus Kanemaru. They trade strikes and chops. We get a leaping kick by Teton, but Kanemaru cuts him off with a tornado DDT. Kanemaru gets the whiskey, but misses the mist, and Teton locks on Titan X and cradles Kanemaru for the win.
It was a solid match, but not memorable.
Yeah, just a good way to get Teton some crowd support, get him a solid victory over a veteran, and he moves on to the next day with his 2 points.
Yep.
Next up, a very fun match I enjoyed. Marty Skrull faced off against Jonathan Gresham. Gresham fights off the chicken wing as they work in the cradles, but Marty counters and gets the chicken wing. Gresham counters the chicken wing into a pinning predicament, but only gets a 2 count. Marty escapes the pinning predicament, gets a lariat, and he follows that up with Black Plague, and Marty Skrull gets the win.
Grisham was awesome. It was nice to see Skrull step it up because sometimes Skrull plays the greatest hits and knows he can get away doing just enough to not get like get the fans to turn against him. Whereas like us hardcores notice the stuff that he's doing. So it's like, but it was cool to see Marty step it up. Grisham is an amazing wrestler, and it was a great tournament debut for him. So yeah, Grisham is the man.
Yeah. Jonathan Gresham is definitely the man. And it was good to see Marty Skrull come out and, like you said, give a really high quality effort. It's been a while since we've seen him in New Japan, period, and in a singles match. So, good match from both of these guys. And then, sir, is a match I've been personally waiting for about 4 months. Shingo Takagi versus Sho. Last of the Dragon is fought off by Sho. They trade chops and strikes. Show starts slapping Shingo, but Shingo headbutts him, and then he hits the pumping bomber, but Show kicks out. Shingo hits the last of the dragon, and that is finally enough to get the win over Show.
Ever since their first like inter like altercation in the fall of last year, and it's like I think it was like a tournament final. I think it was the Super Juniors like tag league, and there was the finals, and it was like ever since there was in that interaction, it's like man, really want that match, and they kept teasing us over the coming months, and then they finally gave it to us, and it was one of the best matches of the year in New Japan, and one of the best matches like I've seen overall. It just was everything I was hoping it would be, and yeah, Show lost again, but he got close. It was really close. So it's like you keep chasing that opponent, and you get closer and closer bit by bit, and it's definitely the type of like feud you can play the long game with.
I was not disappointed in my 4-month buildup for this match. These two guys, both Show basically set out Shingo as his number one target in this whole tournament. Shingo was like, I beat him all the time. He's really nothing. But I think Show definitely got his attention after this match. And like you said, one of the best matches of the year. If you are follow the WrestleCast, look under the hashtag what we are watching, and you can actually find a link to that match, and you can watch it. Shingo versus Show from night one of the Best of Super Juniors. As Caprice Coleman said, yeah, this was our main event. This match that we're about to talk about, it was just a time holder to make sure we had a 3-hour show.
Yeah, we all knew it was the main event, but then we say that, and the next match was pretty cool too.
Yeah, man. Taiji Ishimori faced off against Dragon Lee. Ishimori counters the Descanecadora. I cannot say that to save my life.
I think it's Descadora.
Descanecadora. There you go. Descanecadora. Ishimori counters Descanecadora into a crucifix bomb for a 2 count. Ishimori hits a reverse Rana, and then Dragon Lee hits his own. Ishimori follows with the lung blower and the bloody cross, and Taiji Ishimori, he gets the win over the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, Dragon Lee. So we all know what that means.
Not necessarily. It was a dope match, and it was a nice like return with them going against each other, but it had its own like different flavor compared to their like Don Taco match. And it was nice that Ishimori got revenge, and it got revenge in his hometown. So that was cool.
Very, very cool. Then we'll move on to night 2 as Doki faced off against Ren Narita. Doki fights off the suplex, but Narita hits the release overhead suplex for a 2 count. Doki levels Narita with the lariat, but Narita gets a cradle for another 2 count. Doki cuts him off, and he hits a slingshot DDT. Then the bridging dragon suplex by Doki gets the win. Good introduction.
It was a good match to start the B block.
Yeah, good introduction to both of these guys. There were the 2 replacements in the tournament, so the crowd is really behind Ren Narita. He has a lot of potential, and they really set up his near falls really well. So they've really had some matches throughout the tournament where he's looked really good and had some awesome chances to shine.
Yep, yeah.
Rocky Romero, he faces off against Robbie Eagles. Rocky Romero, he lands a flurry of punches and then runs into the turbo backpack for a 2 count. We get a super kick by Robbie Eagles and the 450 on the knee, and then he follows that up with the Tom Miller special, and a Robbie Eagles, makes Rocky Romero tap out, and he gets the win.
It was a better match than opener, but it would take some time getting used to Rocky as a singles wrestler again.
He doesn't want to try to join the commentating booth, man. He's fighting it. El Fantasmo, he faced off against Bandito. Phantasmo does a rope walk, and Bandito cuts Phantasmo off and hits the fall-away super moonsault slam and covers for a 2 count. Bandito looks for the 21 plex, but Phantasmo uses the ref as a shield. He pulls the mask off, and then he hits Greetings from Chasewood Park, and El Phantasmo gets the win.
I thought it was a good match, but it felt a little off for me when I was watching it. So maybe at some point I'll give it another watch.
Phantasmo is embracing his full Bullet Club stature with the old tactics he used to get the win here.
Yeah, I don't really got no problem with that, but some of the stuff he be doing outside the ring is real dickhead stuff.
Will Ospreay, he faces off against Bushi. Ospreay counters MX with the head kick. The Robinson special follows. Bushi counters the Os Cutter, but Ospreay counters the mist, hits an inverted DDT for a 2 count. The Hidden Blade connects, and he follows that up with the Stormbreaker, and Will Ospreay gets the win.
I mean, it's Ospreay, man. Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers in the world. If he wasn't on social media as much and pissing people off, people actually probably like him more.
You got to play the role, man. He's trying to, get people to follow him. He's trying to get his stature up. So, you get people pissed off to talk about you. At least they're talking.
I don't know, man. Like, he puts his foot in his mouth a lot. Not as much as he used to, but he still do it. Juice is the smartest man because Juice don't be on no social media.
We'll have to get into Juice a little bit later as we get into the end of the show. Taguchi, he's in the main event of night 2. He's facing off against Yo. Taguchi hits an ass attack, and then he gets the ankle lock. Yo is trapped in the center of the ring, and then Taguchi follows that up with a tiger suplex for a 2 count. Dodon follows for a great near fall, and then Taguchi gets the win with the super Dodon the end.
It was an enjoyable match, and I really had fun with the comedy spots in it. And it's cool to see Taguchi like actually not fucking around and actually having a nice balance of serious and fun. Yeah, man, Taguchi's the man.
Yeah, this whole time watching this, I actually meant to tweet at you about I'm pretty sure that you're enjoying this run that Taguchi is having so far.
Oh, yeah, I've enjoyed it.
This is Cast a Strong Style. I'm your host, Don Delarente. I'm joined by my co-host, Anwar Starwind, and we are reviewing the first week of the Best of the Super Juniors. So we're about to move into night 3, and from here, Anwar, we're just going to cherry pick some of the matches that you like the best. So the lineup for night 3, we had Jonathan Gresham taking on Taka Michinoku. Jonathan Gresham got the win. Kanemaru took on Tiger Mask, and Tiger Mask got the upset. Shingo versus Teton. Shingo gets the victory. Taiji Ishimori faced off against Marty Scurll, and Taiji Ishimori was victorious. And our main event was Dragon Lee versus Sho, and we saw Dragon Lee pick up the win versus Sho. So we'll start with our main event there. Dragon Lee versus Sho. Again, Sho bringing it. High quality main event. They had a crazy spot where Dragon Lee hit a suicide dive. It took out like the first 4 rows. Sho didn't land on the flat of his back. He landed like elbow first, and you could hear it. And for a second, it looked like he might have like broken his arm the way he was reacting. But yeah, he was in big time pain. That spot was crazy. I'm just enjoying Sho in this tournament a whole lot.
Yeah, it was just another great match between the two. It seems it's like a start of the annual tradition between Dragon Lee and Show, where they just have really a great Best of Super Juniors match. And this is just another example of it. And Show, yeah, Show looked strong and was very much in the position to win multiple times. He just didn't. I mean, he just was a little bit unlucky. I love Show as a singles wrestler, and I could understand anybody else saying, you know what, time to break up that group and let Show stretch his wings because he's really amazing.
What were your thoughts on Ishimori versus Marty Scurll?
I, that is not a match I would have even talked about if see if you would have let me just. That's a match I wouldn't even talk. It ain't even worth talking about. I want to talk about Tiger Mask versus Kanemaru.
Okay, go ahead.
I literally felt the animosity between both of them, and because Tiger Mask was literally trying to kill Kanemaru early in the match, and I like how like the roll up pinfall was a great way to cap the match because it's like sometimes matches just end and you got to be ready, and that was just a nice ending. Um, I like how Kanemaru still kept the heat on himself after the match, even though he lost, because he's really salty. But yeah, that was cool. Jonathan Gresham versus Taco was like it was really good for its length. They did a lot of good stuff in a little bit of time, and uh, I really like. It was kind of funny to see Taka try that big brother bully shit on like Jonathan, and Gresham was just really not here for any of that shit. So that was cool too. And the only thing I would say about like Bone Soldier versus Marty is like I didn't even know about their past history versus each other, and then somebody like broke it down. Like I think that was their first like singles match since 2006, where in that match, Marty like Ishimori were not like clicking in the ring, and then like I think Marty tried like Ishimori. Ishimori got angry, was about to beat his ass, and then Marty got the hell out of Dodge. And this is what I heard. So that was 2006, and this is 2019. So I guess this is the first time they like had this like a solo match since then. So that kind of might explain the weirdness of that match. But yeah, man. I mean, we pretty much touched on like night three. I mean, Shingo did his thing again, so like ain't nothing new about that. So
Night 4, we saw Robbie Eagles pick up the win versus Ren Narita. We saw Yo fall to Bandito. El Fantasmo, he defeated Bushi. Will Ospreay, he got the win over his Chaos teammate Rocky Romero. And Taguchi, he got the win over Doki.
let's talk about Robbie Eagles versus Narita. Um, just like you mentioned early on in the podcast about it's been really fun, enjoy watching Narita like improve. And like the match against Eagles was another example of him just growing and getting better. And it's just like I just really enjoyed that match, and the ending was pretty cool. And Robbie Eagles been killing it too, so I I already like his family, so it's cool to see him do well. And I
Was that
say,
the match? Oh, hold on. Was that the match where Ren Narita gave him the overhead suplex on the apron on the side of the ring?
man, all these matches kind of blurred to me at this point, so I
I
can't.
so.
That's very specific. I can't remember that.
I just watched all of these matches in like 36 hours
That's
space.
why I spread yeah that's why I spread your head. Like I didn't do all that. I Uncle Rocky versus Will Ospreay, that was awesome. I did not expect that match.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I did not expect that match. It's like, okay, Rocky, you still fucking got it, bro. Like I did not expect that. Like it was shocking, and I'm glad I got to see that match because I was like, Uncle Rocky versus Will, it's gonna be good. but it was good. So that's pretty much all I can say about like night four. If you
You
if
know
you
who
have something,
I'm just surprised with Bushi right now. 0 for 2. Figure, he's had a strong run with holding the titles multiple times, over the past year. And, he's just coming out here, though, kind of slow out the gate.
Bushi the bottom guy in Lij, so it don't really surprise me when he don't get nothing. Because if he gets something a lot and Shingo gets something, it's just I don't. It's only so many wins they're gonna give. So you probably just get enough wins to be back next year, but we'll see.
Right. Night 5. We had Sho getting the win over Taka Michinoku. We had Marty Skrull picking up the win over Tiger Mask. We have Hashi Ishimori defeating Teton. We have Dragon Lee getting the win over Jonathan Gresham. And we have Shingo defeating Kanemaru.
Let's just go straight to Tiger Mask 4 versus Marty Scurll. Because I'm going to keep it real with you. I was watching Money in the Bank, and it got to a point where the match I had no interest in watching. And then I watched it. So I said, let me fire back up Best of Super Juniors. I turned on turned on Tiger Mask 4 versus Marty Scurll, and oh my God, to go from watching that thing, to watching like this, it made me appreciate Tiger Mask and Marty Scurll match even more. So it's like it was a nice bounce back match for Marty after like catching the L and well, like not necessarily catching the L, but just that poor match versus Ishimori. And Tiger Mask just keeps showing out. Like, I mean, this is what he does. This is comedy is, so just another good show about Tiger Daddy.
I really liked Ishimori and Teton. I liked the story that they were trying to tell because Ishimori's neck was all jacked up and Teton was putting him in all these submission holds, targeting his neck and his shoulders. So I really liked the story that they told in that match. Dragon Lee, Jonathan Gresham, great story there as well. Dragon Lee trying to wrestle and keep up with Jonathan Gresham, but he figures out he can't, and then he has to kind of dirty up the match a little bit, and he kind of takes over the match and gets the win. And then I also like the story of Kanemaru trying to soften up Shingo from the tag match the day before.
Mm-hmm.
You probably didn't see this, or you might have saw the highlights, but they after the match, they jump Shingo, wrap his leg around the post, hit it with the chair. So he comes into the match not 100%, and Kanemaru tries to focus on that, but it's not quite good enough as Shingo pulls off the victory. And he's one of the few guys. I think there's 3 guys that are undefeated so far still throughout the tournament.
I like Show versus Taka because it was just it had its purpose. It did its thing and got the hell out. And so sometimes short and sweet is good. Let's see. Kanemaru versus Shingo was a great match, and I like the storyline that they did from the previous night building to that match. And I was like, Shingo pulled that level of match out of Kanemaru. And Kanemaru is a good wrestler and it could be really good at times, but it's just like I didn't expect that level of match. So yeah. And even the interferences like Tai Chi and how the Young Lions, they added flavor to it. And the whiskey spot was funny. Yeah, Shingo's great.
Night 6, we see Rocky Romero. He gets the win over Ren Narita. Bandito, he hits the 21 plex and he beat Doki. El Phantasmo, he defeats his Bullet Club teammate, Robbie Eagles. Will Ospreay gets the win over Yo. And Taguchi, he defeats Bushi in the main event.
What was my favorite?
Oh, you gotta
Yeah,
think about it.
what are my favorites?
Will Osprey
Uh,
versus Yo.
well, yeah, of course that is listed as my favorite, but I was trying to see other matches on there, and it's like I enjoyed Bandito versus Doki because I like their interline storyline, how they
Hmm.
have a history with each other, and it seems like they had the most chemistry, and enjoyed at that point. That to me was like Bandito's best match because
Yeah, yeah.
like it was like I was watching Bandito, and it's like I know this dude is great. It's just I'm not really seeing it as much as I expected to. But then that match with Doki, it was just it was cool. It brought it, and I like Rocky versus Narita too because it was like Rocky was trying to fuck around and mess around with Ren, and Ren was like, nah, and almost caught him. He almost caught him at the end. And I was like, I was really happy that like Narita is in the tournament because like this kid came off the bench with 3 days and is just pulling out like he's losing, but I'm coming out like more impressed and I'm like the future is bright. He's only fucking 21.
Yeah, man. He's gaining so much experience.
So much experience. This is making me like watching this is like making me really think about like please let please let please let Shota be in G1. Please let
And you
him get
know,
that. Please let him get that experience. See, this is making me think that now. It's so many talented people that are deserving of a spot in G1, and I get why you wouldn't put him like in that spot. But it's like looking at Ren and see how he's growing. I'm like, damn, that can really help his other young line like get even more shine. Like, because nothing
and they
beats
really need
getting that
this.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, they really need this class to hit because the class that had God, what's the dude that Moto loved so much? The young lion in that class. That class of young lions, like all of those guys didn't make it. Like they all dropped out of the company for some reason or another. So it's like
King,
they have like a
King of Beast. They still got Oka, bro. They still
oh
got
Oka.
Oka.
Okay, so
They still got Oka, and they still got damn Kawato.
Kawhi. Okay, okay.
But even though Kawato ain't doing too good in Mexico, but still, if he come back, he gonna be that guy. I believe in him.
Yeah, so they kind of
I like Oka too. I got faith in them.
they need this class to be really good.
I think this class is gonna be really good. I like I like Ren. I like
Mm-hmm.
Shota.
Tuji.
I like what's the young dude who plays
Tuji.
like football like English like American football in Japan.
Yeah, I know.
He has a little beard. I think he's really good. I like him.
Uh-huh.
So they have some they kind of lost one of the young lions. They're not really good. I guess he got the world title for Kansai Dojo or something, and
Mm-hmm.
he just yeah. So that was a loss, but they still got so many talented people. So yeah, man. As far as like El Phantasmo versus Rob Eagles made me laugh because it was some serious dickhead shit. So sometimes you like I can get a laugh. And Osprey versus Joe, it was just like thank goodness that Yo got an opportunity to have this level of match because it's like show's just fucking killing it, and just don't want I don't want Yo to become Marty Jannetty. No
Yeah, that
disrespect,
was my first thought
no
when
disrespect to Marty Jannetty.
that was my first thought when I watched this match and it was going on and after it ended, I was like the same way. I was like, man, I'm glad that I mean, got a chance to showcase that he can really go and keep up with somebody in a high level match like this and show that, he's bringing something to the tag team too. It's not just, all show.
Exactly.
Before we move on to the last day in this review, what did you think about Caprice Coleman on commentary? If you listen to any of the
Uh,
American commentary,
I was like the first night I was like, and then I was like the next like 4 or 5 nights I just was like I'm not listening to American commentary. But the last show that he did, I really enjoyed it. So I heard he's gotten better, so I may go back and listen to some of his other like other shows at some point because I just like I just went straight to Japanese commentary because that's
He
what
had
happens.
the
Cause that's what happens with me. Once I start not feeling like the commentary team, I just go straight to Japanese because I know they're gonna bring fire and energy. And even if I don't know what the hell they saying, I know I can feel their passion. So I don't know.
he did the same thing Don Callis did on the first night. He got too wound up in the like semi main event that he didn't really have nothing left for the final for the
That match
main
was
event.
awesome though. You can't blame him for that. That was one of the best matches of the year.
You can
And
tell he's been calling marginal U.S. wrestling this year.
yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, that'd be nice. I was gonna say some shady shit, but I was like, nah, I'm good. But do you blame him? Because like you come from where you coming from, and then you come and get to sit front row and watch Show and Shingo fucking kill it, and then you get to see Ishimori and Dragon Lee. That's ridiculous. And they didn't even talk about Marty Scurll versus Jonathan Gresham. Oh my god. He's like, yo, that was ridiculous. But yeah, man. Yeah.
So we'll talk about the marathon that is day 7.
Whew.
As for the next 4 nights, we're gonna have all 20 wrestlers in action, so 10 matches on the card, all of them best of the Super Junior matches. We start off with Taiji Ishimori picking up the win over Taka Michinoku. Bandito, he got the win over Ren Narita. Jonathan Gresham, he ties up Teton and makes him tap out to get the win. Yo beats his mentor, Rocky Romero, with the calf crusher. Dragon Lee, he defeats Tiger Mask. Bushi finally gets on the board and he beats Doki. Sho gets tripped up by Kanemaru while they're on the outside, and he can't beat the count of 20. And Kanemaru, the Hill Master himself, picks up the victory. Robbie Eagles, he falls to Taguchi. Oh, excuse me. Taguchi cradles Robbie Eagles, and Robbie Eagles gets the win over Taguchi. Excuse me. Shingo, he gets the win with Last of the Dragon over Marty Scurll. And our main event, we have El Phantasmo getting the victory over his longtime rival, Will Ospreay.
Let's go straight to Ren Narita versus Bandito. Because I really appreciated the love for like Silver King that was shown by Bandito within that match. And I also enjoyed the like a performance Narita displayed in it as well. And also I like that Bandito continued his momentum that he built up versus Doki with this match. So that was pretty cool. Jonathan Gresham versus Teton, it was dope. And I like learning that Gresham was from ATL because I like usually a lot of people I like are from ATL. So I was like, man, that kind of explains like, okay, now I kind of like maybe this explains why I kind of just like I gravitate to this dude. So yeah, that was kind of cool to hear that on comments. I said, oh, what? Word? Okay. So yeah, man. Yeah, that match versus Teton was pretty cool. Yo versus like Rocky was really interesting, and I feel they kind of did some storyline stuff for the future in it, and how they were talking about the fact that it seems like Yo and Rocky are so about the team, whereas Shelby doing his own fucking thing, and he's becoming kind of obsessed with Shingo, kind of like they saying like maybe we just need to keep an eye on that. Maybe Rocky and Yo be like, you know what, we really don't need you, show. So I like how you throw little sneaky things in there. Gotta be paying attention. But yeah, they had a cool match, and it was nice to see that Yo get that win over his mentor. Um, the nice pervert video, that shit made me laugh, and and seeing how like salty Juice was over and frustrated, it made me laugh even more. So I love how Juice sold that shit.
While
um,
you brought him up, your thoughts on Juice Robinson on commentary?
he's cool. I'm enjoying him. I like Juice. So, uh, Tiger Mask 4 versus Dragon Lee. I like how spicy Tiger Mask was in that match. Like he was breaking out some like hot spots and whatnot. He's like, it's pretty cool. And I don't know if his mask was a tribute to Silver King because I noticed that it was half like his color and the other half silver and black. So I don't know if it was or not, but I know they had held a skimmer ceremony for him that same day or something. So maybe it was. I don't know. I was like, that was pretty cool. Um, and let's just stop bullshitting. Let's go to the final three matches because final three matches in night seven was fucking ridiculous. Robbie Eagles versus Taguchi. Another strong performance by Eagles, and Taguchi has been greater this year in Best of Super Junior than he was last year. Point blank. It's like with me watching Eagles, it's like it's kind of we're seeing them blossom even more, and it's cool to watch. Um, Shingo versus Marty Scurll. I like for me, I got it high rated pretty high. It's probably even better than I rated it. It's just the ref bump was just it worked, but it was fucking annoying. I love the fact that Brody minded his business for all these fucking matches, but he knew that in this match versus Shingo that Marty needed his help because he was not going to beat Shingo on his own, not on this night. And I kind of like little details like that because like Brody's just minding his business. Like, yeah, he might do a little thing here and there, but he got physically involved because he knew, Marty, you can't beat Shingo. And I like how Shingo was being the baby face and even apologized to like the ref after the match. And it's like, damn, just little things like that it matters. And I like that Shingo was petty and broke his fucking umbrella. Um, because I'm here for the pettiness. Osprey versus Tasmo, and the commentary team breaking down their history and how how he got to this point to be and how he kind of turned on like Will and has become a real dickhead. Like I mean, most of you have seen videos of him messing with audience members, throwing their hats, even the one where he took the hat off the down kid with Down syndrome and threw it. And it's just like in the commentary that everyone the people that are not from the country will understand when you're in another country, you represent your country and you can't do certain things because it reflects on bad on everybody that are not from the country. So I kind of like that. It's kind of like a limiting the gimmick type of stuff, and it was kind of fitting that like Phantasmo like was the one to finally beat Osprey and to get that lead. Even like for me, even like it was like the first match where I was like, okay, Phantasmo got something because he was good in the other matches, but it's nothing that's like was like, oh, he's really really good. Like this is one of the this is the first time I was like, this is okay. You ain't no just a regular lot of hype. Like you actually pretty good. So Osprey was still better than him in the match, but he did enough for me. Like, okay, I can take you a little bit more seriously. And then he did some more dickhead stuff to some fans after the match, and I was like, if you win the block and you keep it up with the dickhead moves, I really hope you get Shingo and Shingo beats the shit out of you.
So right now, the people with 6 points as of the day 7 would be El Fantasmo, Shingo, and Taiji Ishimori. They're all undefeated so far in this year's tournament. So they're the 3 to watch, it looks like so far. Unless in the second half we have some upsets and, guys going a couple of match losing streaks, but I don't see that happening. But there's a lot of matches left to go.
A lot.
Day 7 started a stretch of 4 days in a row where there are going to be 10 matches on the card, and they're all going to be tournament matches. So yeah, they're about to run through 40 matches in about a 5-day period here. This is going to be really fun.
It's really nuts, man. It is something that they don't do. They protect singles matches. For them to do this is crazy.
Yeah, they expanded the field this year, and this was one of the things that they had to do to get all the matches in within the time frame.
Like, I don't think you can really do this with G1 because some of them wrestlers are really old. So, no disrespect. It's just, if you're young, you can recover faster versus person older. It takes a little bit of time to do certain stuff.
Right.
So, yeah. But, man, I'm like, yeah, man. It's going to be interesting a couple of days in a row. and during Memorial Day weekend, crazy.
The attrition is starting to show. Guys are taped up. Show's got a bad elbow, and Jonathan Gresham's got bad fingers. Ishimori's got a bad neck. Dragon Lee's got bad neck and shoulders from diving out onto Show. So guys are starting to get their bangs and bruises, and starting to affect how these matches are playing out too.
Not surprising in the league.
So for my man, Anwar Starman, I'm going to turn it over to him for his shout-outs and thank yous.
Shout out to What Sleep Though. Shout out to Jupiter Julep. Shout out to Madame Lizette. Shout out to my guys, to my meisters of wrestling, James and Wolf. Yeah, I appreciate you. And shout out to everyone who interacts with me on the Twitter machine. And shout out to Moto, who will be MIA, but it's all love.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Anwar Starlin for joining me once again on Cast the Strong Style. Give a shout out to everyone who's been watching Best of the Super Juniors, keeping up with the action by using the hashtag Cast the Strong Style. We greatly appreciate it. Give a shout out to everybody who listens to the WrestleCast, subscribes to that show, interacts with us over there each and every week. Please support our sponsors over on CSPN.us. Click on the Amazon tab. Go buy something for Father's Day. Some of that purchase comes back to the CSPN to help keep Cast the Strong Style free each and every week. Also, check out The Dark Match. You want to hear Anwar talk about WWE and other things wrestling related, but not necessarily New Japan? You can only hear it on The Dark Match, and that can be found on patreon.com/CSPN Media. Become a patron, become a backstage pass holder, and you'll automatically gain access to The Dark Match. We produce those each and every week on the CSPN, so check those out over on our Patreon page. And I think that's it, Anwar. I don't have anything else to hip the people to. Just continue watching Best of the Super Juniors. We'll be up early, live tweeting throughout the day whenever we watch. So please interact with us. Rate, review, leave comments on the shows, especially if you listen through iTunes. We definitely appreciate it. Help build our profile up and let people know that we're talking about New Japan Pro Wrestling on the internet on CSPN. So for my co-host, Anwar Starwin, I'm Don Delarente, and this has been Cast of Strong Style. Thank you, good sir.
No problem. Enjoy your
I
night.
appreciate you too, man. I appreciate your time, and now I get to go try to edit this and do a little bit of fun stuff before we get to record the WrestleCast.
Okay.
Yeah, man, got to get it all in one day, you know.
Especially during the Memorial Day weekend.
That's right, man. That's right. Don't know what people got planned, so we'll find out.
Smart. All right, man.
All right, man. Have a good one. Be safe.
Same.
Later.